Good afternoon. Very welcome to be invited by Cyberport to give this presentation. So I'm a Hong Kong Chinese. Like many Hong Kong Chinese, I like games. So in 2009, I had a chance to form a team in Shenzhen. My company is called CMGE. It's not working. So it's not working. It's not working. Okay, so maybe without slides, I can talk it through. So while someone will help. So the company that I set up in China, Shenzhen, we do a type of games called IP games. So we have been making a lot of different types of games coming from different IPs globally. For example, from Marvel, Star Wars, from the States. For example, from Japan, we have a lot of anime, such as Dragon Ball, Naruto, One Piece, and likewise. And also we have Chinese IPs, obviously, some of the notable ones like Jin Yong, Dao Luo Da Lu, and etc., from China literature. So something that we have been doing for 12 years. So I would say now we are a pretty good at doing hardcore games such as MMORPG, card games that combine with IPs. And I think we are one of the leaders in this area. So I'd like to share with you as a developer, as a game publisher, how we see our industry and having tried to build up the business in China, and then we're trying to go global. So it's still not working. And so we have about 118 IPs on hand. So these include global, different types of IPs. And so based on the China manufacturing capabilities, so we have hired a number of R&D developers in China. I think they are very good at creativity. They are very good at making good games. So we hire a lot of young people in Shenzhen and elsewhere, for example, Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, Chengdu. So we have offices basically near a lot of universities, basically easy access to a lot of young people that want to enter into this industry and that like to do IP games. So for the last so many years, so we have tested the market with different IPs and with different creativity. And we believe the China model is more attractive to the free-to-play model, meaning it is item-based purchase. So as and when you like the game, you can enhance your experience with some kind of purchase like avatar, weapons, and all the good things that you can purchase online to enhance the experience. So these are sort of a lot of big data analysis. Over the years, we have been analyzing why certain players' behavior, why they purchase a particular item and at what price and the frequencies, and we further enhance the same type of games, and hopefully the next game will be more bigger blockbuster. So we have self-development capabilities, and then for publishing of games, we have worked with a lot of a lot of platforms in China. China, different platforms are very fragmented, especially in Android. So we have basically worked with all platforms because we have quite a quantity of games to supply at any given time. For example, this year we have 20 new games. So up and running, we have 85 games currently in the app stores in China. So with that, we have been producing a lot of games, and we have, over the years, get different licenses from different IPs and to build the story out of it. The reason why we like this IP games segment, I believe, is something that we have pioneered. So we were the first listed company from China mobile game space in the US. And after that, so since 2012, and after that, we have been getting a lot of.
I mean, to click on next page or I'm going to.
好啊，好啊。Okay. So this is since our listing in US in 2012, we have been getting a lot of IPs that we work with a lot of partners. So I mentioned some of the names, and I believe IPs can allow us to minimize the randomness. So what I call the randomness is sometimes the same team of people can have a very successful game, but the next one could not be as successful. This happens all the time in entertainment industry, including games. But having a big IP that gives you and give users a reason to come back and test it. But whether or not we can get them paid is how we design the games. So I think when China was not so, I would say, competitive on IPs, we were the first that introduced this idea, and we are the first that have been focusing on this type of games since day one until now. So we start off with licensing of global IP players this game. Next page. And we have subsequently bought a lot of IPs from a Taiwanese game company called Softstar. And with that, we came from license to owned IPs. This is a very important transition in our history because with self-owned IP, you can have a lot of different possibilities of monetization, not only on games, but also on other entertainment area. Next page, So, for example, I think we pioneer also. We work with industry leaders to have TV drama on our 仙剑奇侠传 仙剑奇侠传. So this is something that we believe from game to TV, movies, literature, to comics, cartoon, that gives your IP more sort of touchable and accessible, so it will not be easily got forgotten. So something we do to prolong sort of the self-owned IP awareness, and of course that include merchandising. So something people can really find our products. So this is something we have been in our business model. So our business is game development, game publishing, and the rest is entertainment, merchandising revenue, like out of games. So next page. So something I have been working with my team sort of for some time after watching a movie called Ready Player One. So I would say Metaverse is something that we wanted to do for some time. It's not when Facebook changed its name, we mentioned about Metaverse. Actually, we have been doing for a period of time. Why? We believe the future of games is not just on mobile. I think it is multi-terminal. from PC to VR to mobile. I think this is something that will happen, and it must happen. And I think we should prepare. So we are one of the earliest entrants in mobile games. So when I first did mobile games in 2009, we were using feature phone or non-smartphone. So we went through an era of basically smartphones eliminated all the feature phones. So the feature phone games in my early days were obsoleted. So that's why in our sort of DNA, we always wanted to apply latest technology in our games so as to sort of grow with the whole industry. So we believe Metaverse is something we should invest in, and that's why in about this time last year, we have already allocated 200 million renminbi to start off with this project. We may invest further on this. So what is Metaverse? I think it is cross terminals, as I mentioned. I think it is users can help build the universe. So we give out tools. So all the players can participate in building their own sort of community, their empire. So you can have your citizens, you can have your business being involved in there. So linking reality with virtual reality. So first of all, I think you need to have a sort of environment that gives everyone a reason to come to this metaverse game, right? So a lot of Metaverse, I think, is either in the current sort of time or future time. So our Metaverse is choosing to be in so imaginary, legendary world. So in this world is ancient background, but people has all these magic and also the fairy tales. So this Metaverse is based upon an IP that we own that has 7 episodes that cross 26 years. So meaning there are 7 episodes of players, and actually the game was developed at different times. So actually the universe is quite independent in the past. So in the Metaverse universe, we can bring into the 7 episodes characters, people can interact, and our fans can come back to enjoy these game. I think it starts off with a game, but I think it will be more than a game, because you can find friendship, you can build business, and everything you see, everything you touch can be tradable with NFT, blockchain technology. I think this is something will bring a new wealth of experience. Next page. And so this is a fairy tale world, I think, one of its kind. I think, first of all, because it's our cell phone IP, and second, I think we had this like 12 months head start. I think we hope it will be the first fairy tales metaverse that will be bringing to not only China, also outside of China, including Hong Kong. Next page. So I mentioned we want to make it reality and virtual reality connected. So we have invested heavily on the graphics using latest technology, and I believe you will see a lot of virtual environment, but it looks so real. And so real that you can do a lot of interactions inside with friends and with strangers. For example, you can watch a virtual performance. So for our IP, actually, over the years, the TV and music has a lot of good performance situation. So we can bring it to life back in the virtual world. And we have these digital pets collection, And we have the virtual economic ecosystem, and not only trade and also a lot of business. We can bring real life brands into this virtual world, and we believe something that will worth a lot of tries. So the more importantly is we give out tools where any users can create any user experience, and that makes this metaverse beyond any limit and make it very much adaptive to the latest possibilities. So we believe it's not like many games that have a life cycle. We hope these metaverse games can be very much very lifelong, because it's limitless and very much expandable to beyond any boundary. So something I'd like to bring to you, Hong Kong Chinese that come up with this idea after watching a movie. But I have been a gamer, I have been a game developer, publishers for 12 years. So I'm using my best team and my best sort of resources to make it happen. And we are now a Hong Kong listed company. We came back from NASDAQ to Hong Kong listing in 2019. So if you have any interest, please follow our latest development. Thank you very much.
Thank you.